many times have you or someone you know taken a risk? And it's been a risk that you didn't know how things were going to turn out, but you knew unequivocally that you had to take that risk, because if you didn't take that risk, then just maybe things wouldn't be as good as they are. Just maybe someone would fall apart, or maybe you would fall apart. Well, today is an exceptional day. And today we're going to talk about how people are risking it all, but especially my guest, Kimberly Wardell. You are going to have a great time today as we talk about some of the things that she did to risk it all, some of the things that she experienced while she was writing her upcoming book with some amazing people that you, I know, can't wait to see. So, as we get started, I want you to come on in. I want you to share this with your friends, and always know it's not where you end, but it's where you begin. And the next voice you're going to hear is my amazing guest, Kimberly Wardell. So look, put your hands together. Go ahead, take your phone, take your iPad, take whatever you got. And now some of you, I know you got 2 or 3 phones, so go on and get them out and share, 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 because sharing is caring. We'll be right back. Please welcome author, speaker, workplace mental wellness coach, Kim Wardell. I've got Kim in the house. What's up, Kim?
Hello.
Lady, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm so happy that you're here. So, Kim, I had the opportunity to tell people as we announced you that you're author. I didn't tell people you're a speaker, but you're also a speaker, and you do some dynamic things to help people be dynamic, be outstanding, and live the dream life that they desire to dream. So, tell us more about what you do and how you serve the planet.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm a workplace mental wellness coach, and it's kind of a new expression. I think many people aren't used to that title, workplace mental wellness coach.
Yes.
The thing that's happening, and I am so excited about this across the board, more and more companies, more organizations are hiring mental wellness coaches.
Exactly.
It's a
Yep.
wonderful thing that these companies are starting to take notice and care about them. Not just, sometimes our benefits, I know here in Canada, sometimes we get massages or
Yes.
we get all kinds of things, but they're starting to recognize that taking care of their employees' mental wellness is also vital.
Exactly.
And so they're hiring more people such as myself. I'm a chaplain as well. So some people hire me as a chaplain. Some people hire me as a mental wellness coach for their employees and their executive teams. And I think it's brilliant.
I turned the mic off, but having a psychology background myself, I really understand how critical it is to make sure that we are mentally, emotionally, and physically, and even spiritually in alignment, because when we're not, our lives just don't take off the way that they should. And oftentimes we're out of balance and we're in disease, which also causes disease in the body.
That's right.
And so that's amazing what you're doing. And what inspired you to do that?
Okay, so I do come from a colored background. A long line of family members who have had mental illnesses, mental issues, addictions. And when you grow up in a certain situation or certain environment, sometimes you take on those characteristics. They start to mirror in your own life. And that's what
Correct.
happened to me. And I got out of that. I mean, I'm giving you a long story short. I got out of that, thanks by the grace of God. But somewhere in there, I started becoming depressed. As a Christian woman, I was becoming
Wow.
depressed. And I don't know about some of your listeners, but I'm sure there's many who have experienced this. They were faced with judgment.
Right. Judgment, sometimes judgment, guilt, and shame. So that's
Judgment,
correct.
guilt, and shame, right? That judgment brings on guilt and shame sometimes. Because we're Christian, we're not supposed to be going through these things. And so what brought that on was that in my life. I said, okay, I've been serving for a long time, not just in the church, but in the community. That's even before I was a Christian, before I was a believer. I'm a servant at heart. And I used to serve people with mental illnesses, mental blocks, I guess, struggling and addictions. But I thought, you know what? I need to do better. So I went back to school at 50 years old, cognitive behavioral therapist. I went back to school. I said, I can do so much. I believe by the grace of God, because of my background and my experience and my heart, I can help others. And so that's what I did. That's the reason I went back to school. A situation came up. I mean, I'm sure we might talk. I might be all over the place, so you have to stop me, okay? So
no, it's quite all right. It's quite all right. I want you to go there.
Yes. So a situation came up, which, by the way, in the Born to Risk book is what I spoke about. A situation came up where the world changed. The world took a hard change, a hard left.
Yes.
And we were faced with some situations, some decisions, my husband and I. And we prayed about it. We talked about it. We came up with a decision. And so now we had all this time on our hands because we both didn't have any jobs anymore. We didn't have a home anymore. Lots of things happened. So we took a giant risk and we said, hey, what if this is an opportunity that the Lord is putting in front of us to follow our dream? Something we've been praying about for a while. We both have these interests, these dreams. What if this is an opportunity? So I went back to school and I said,
Awesome.
I'm going to become a cognitive behavioral therapist. I'm going to be a mental wellness coach. And here I am. Here I am. Very long story short.
But it's a great story because that story mirrors a lot of other stories that people all around the world. And it's the time where we have to pivot and make some changes that we are not sometimes ready to make. But what we do know is that even in the most dire situation, we can change. We can take a risk and win. And I think that's a big part of what Born to Risk is all about. And so with you being a part of the book, what inspired you? Because many of you know, many of my viewers know and have heard of Emilio and Daniela Roman. And they've been on the show, a few of my shows a couple of times. And it's without question that they went through some things and they had to take some risks. And so they decided, hey, what better to do? Let's get this book. Let's get a bunch of amazing people together to tell amazing stories. So tell us your story. What inspired you to be a part of it?
I met Emilio in Niagara Falls, Canada. He was here for part of Born to Risk. And we met up. We met through mutual friends. He started talking, and anybody who knows Emilio, he's on. He's always on. He's very energetic.
Yes, that's my brother from another mother. That's right.
That's right. And he's a salesman. Man, you might say that I'll never get. No, you got to meet Emilio. But anyway, what he said struck my heart. Things that he was telling me, other people who have been through things, and all of us have been through things, all of us. And some of them, they did this. I don't really like the word pivot because during COVID, pivot was that catchphrase. But so many people pivoted and said, okay, what's going on? And it's time to tell our story. And it doesn't have anything to do with COVID. I'm just saying what he said struck my heart. There are people out there so full of fear to move forward because the what ifs. What if it doesn't work out? What if, I fail? What if financial situation? I mean, trust me, if there's anybody who knows about financial situations that aren't so great. But what if? And that got me title. That's actually the title of, I believe that's the title of my chapter. Imagine if it's not. But I thought, you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of risks I've taken in my life, some not so great, some that have nothing to do with anything on here. A lot of things, a lot of stupid risks. But this risk that my husband and I took was calculated. It was calculated. We had no choice because our future depended on it. And so the more he talked about risk and the more he talked about this community of people, I knew I needed to be a part of it. And I'm so glad I did. I jumped in with both feet. I prayed about it, of course. I was quite nervous, still am. But, you know, sometimes we just got to take those risks. Sometimes we just got to jump in. Sometimes we just got to have faith.
That's without question, because we have to have faith. But the caveat to that is that we have to have works paired with that faith.
Yes.
Because we could have all the faith in the world, but if we don't move into action, then nothing's going to happen. And so you decided, hey, I'm going to move into action, because where did you say you live right now?
Ontario, Canada.
That's right. And so we were talking, folks, I'm going to tell you this. We were talking behind the scenes earlier before the show started. And you're flying from Ontario to where?
We're actually driving.
You're driving. Oh,
driving
wow.
to Philadelphia. Yeah, we're going to Philadelphia.
So you're driving from Canada to Philly.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I got to tell you, that in and of itself, that's taking a risk to get on the road. Because did you say the other night in the meeting that you've never been there before?
I don't think I've been to Philadelphia.
So it's going to be a new experience. And so that's going to be absolutely wonderful. So those of you that have had new experiences recently, I want you to put a 5 in the comment, because we've got several people here. We've got Twinkle. Hey, Twinkle, how you doing? Coming in from India. Great to see you. We've got Felicity Chauffeur. She is in from Maryland. Great to see you. We have Angela, who's in, let me see where Angie's in. She's in from Kansas City. We've got Cynthia Shaw. She's in from North Carolina. Great to see you. Happy to have you here. Vanita Reedy, we see you in the house. Great to have you here. And she is coming in from South Africa. Great to see you. So happy that you're here. Marilyn in the house. We see you right there. And so there's so many people all around the world that are here. And what's pervasive is that we all take risks, and we all have challenges. We all have fears, but many of us have faith, and we put it into action, just like you're doing this weekend. So with the book, and I'm going to bring the book up here in a moment, folks, but with the book, Born to Risk, what is the name of the chapter that you wrote?
What if?
What if?
What if?
What if? What if, folks? What if you didn't do the things that you needed to do to get ahead in life? What if you didn't stop and show someone a simple kindness? What if? That's a great chapter. When you were writing your chapter, Kim, what if you didn't finish writing it?
I almost didn't. I started and stopped many times. And I'll tell you, that what if, it had two sides of the coin for me. What if I fail? What if this financially ruins me? Not the writing the book, but just lots of things that was going on. What if I'm a laughing stock? What if I don't do very well? Those negative things that just turn you down and make you just want to stop, make you want to quit. I can't write. I'm not a good writer. And the funny thing is, I believe I am a good writer. So that those things were coming into my head. They were foreign. But the other stuff, like, what if? What if you just write it and then that's it? But then I started thinking, what if it works?
What if it works?
What if I succeed? What if this propels me forward? I will never know unless I take a step forward. I will never know unless I put the work into it.
Exactly right.
What if this is amazing opportunity for me and my life and my family. What if I meet some amazing people that I can help serve, right? Like, because it's not always about what I can get out of this. I mentioned to you before we started, I'm a servant at heart. I mean, that's just in my DNA. What if?
That's awesome.
What if?
You know, I'm going to challenge each of you. Take some notes. Take some notes. What if? So I want each and every one of you that can, that will, because these are words of wisdom. These are really words of wisdom. And we're going to give you some secret sizzling sauce here. Take a moment to put in the comment one of your what ifs, and you did it anyway.
Yeah.
Put in the comment one of your what ifs, and you did it anyway. Whether it turned out great or it turned out not so great, put it in there because you had the courage to take action on it. You did something. Sometimes, you know, Kim, I tell people, just make a decision. Just make a decision. Because if you can make a decision, if you can just believe in yourself, see, you must move from external to internal. All the things, all the doubts that's shifting around you, you got to go inside and you got to know that you got to lead yourself. You got to believe in yourself, because the first person that you lead is who? Yourself.
That's right.
Yourself.
Yeah.
And so, wow, you know, I didn't know that you almost didn't write it. I didn't know that.
I almost did. I put it down a few times. I'm sure Daniela and Emilio, I'm sure they smacked their head a few times when it came to me. I'm sure they were just like, man, this girl's just going to drive us crazy. Because I'm like, well, what if? What if? Oh, you know, I don't know. I think I'm not in anymore. I just don't. Oh, I must have drove them crazy. But I just want to add this. I want to say this. My what if propelled me forward. It already did. You know, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what the Lord has in store for me. I know it's good. But I started a book years ago. And every time I got frustrated or every time I had self-doubt or somebody said a word to me, I let it stick. That one word seemed like a boulder and it almost drowned me a few times. That was on me. And this book, when I finished this book and I submitted it, and now it's too late because, you know, I stopped like a few times. It was too late. It was submitted, done. It gave me some sort of courage I can't explain. I was like, wow, I can write. I know I can write. I knew I could write, but I just had these negative thoughts. It propelled me so much forward that I actually finished my book, published my book. It's out there, another book, not the one for Born to Risk. So that Born to Risk book, it propelled me forward and gave me some confidence that I needed to continue on with another book that I had started years ago and finish it. And it's out there. It's published. It's for the consumers now. So it's
Wow.
just been a great ride so far.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I wanted to ask this question of you because you had to really believe in yourself to get it finished.
Yeah.
But did you really expect the best of yourself? Because, you know, we always tell people as leaders, expect the best from yourself. When you were in doubt or when life was happening, how did you say, you know what, no, Kim, you've got to really expect the best from yourself and you got to keep moving? What was that spark that ignited that continual forward motion?
Well, for me, I mean, I don't know if all your listeners are faith-filled or not. I don't know, but Christians, but for me personally, I am. And so what it was is I started listening and I thought, who am I listening to? Whose voice am I listening to? Because all this negative self-talk is not from God. And so I really had to like dig in and say, I can do this. I have been given a gift. So what I do with that gift is my choice. I need to make the decision, as you said. I have to make a choice. I know it's a gift given to me from God. It's not of my own. And so I had to really like set foot and say, okay, Lord, I know you're in this. I know you're in this, and I'm going to move forward. My desire is to please my God. And he's given me a gift, and I don't think it would be right for me just to waste it.
And not only that, what I've come to learn is when you start keeping things that the Most High Creator, whether you classify the Most High as Jesus, Jehovah, Buddha, um, whatever you see as your higher source, when the higher source starts giving you things, these blessings, these nuggets, this this liquid gold, which is your intellectual property, and you don't share that, you rob the world of the greatness that God has given you, and that He's that the Lord, the Mother, the Father is bringing through you to the world. I just really believe that
Yeah.
we rob the world. I remember Dr. Les Brown says that one of the greatest places on this planet is the graveyard, and there have been others that have said this too. And what we do know is that if we don't just make a decision, then we die with so much wealth in us.
Yeah.
It's like,
Everything starts with a decision.
yeah, everything starts with a decision. One sound idea is great,
Yeah.
but it's the decision to put that sound idea into motion
Amen.
that helps to change lives forever. And you know what? The reality of it all is that it only takes a second. It only takes a second for you to go from where you are to where you are intended to be. But it
Yeah.
starts with a decision.
It starts with a decision.
And
And
one
before
second
we,
in your life forever.
yeah. And that is absolutely true. 1 second. Everything is a split decision. But, I just want to take this one opportunity to say this. Nothing is for us to keep, right? We
Exactly
can't
right.
keep this inside. We have so much to share, so much wealth. Any of your listeners out there who fear as well and say, what if, but in the fearful way, you have so much potential in you already. It's already in there. You have excellence that's already within you, and somebody else needs it. And so if you
Exactly.
keep it to yourself, you're robbing somebody else. Not only are you robbing them of a blessing, and I'm not saying this out of guilt, but the opportunity to say, hey, if she did it, if he did it, why can't I too? Yes, I can. So we have so much in us, and sometimes that fear and that self-doubt holds us back. Just make the decision and go.
I love that. And so our viewers all around the world, we thank you for being here. Could you please put decision? Make the decision. Put it in the chat. Make the decision. So tomorrow, when you're moving around in life, or later even tonight, when you're moving around in life and something happens and you're at a crossroad, just remember this broadcast. Just remember Kim said and Lotus said, make a decision. Make a decision. But always remember, don't make a permanent decision for a temporary situation.
Yeah, that's good.
So with that said, tell us more about the event. Where is the event going to be, and how many days is it? What's going on with the event?
So the event's on the 15th and the 16th, Friday and Saturday, Philadelphia. And then on Saturday, the 16th, it's in New Jersey. So it's aboard the Benjamin Franklin yacht.
Yes.
So that's really cool. You get the red carpet treatment. I mean, it's just all out there. Daniela and Emilio, they went all out for this event. There are people from all over. There's even somebody coming from Ireland, all over the United States, in Canada.
Yes.
Great minds, great thinkers. And I just need to say for your audience who thinks, oh, well, I'm not that, I don't have all those degrees. Not everybody has this higher education and all these letters behind their name. They have an experience. They have
Exactly.
something. I don't have all of this higher, letters behind my names, but every person going to this event in Philadelphia and then the boat
Yep.
going to New Jersey has a story to tell. And one thing
Yep.
they did is they said, I'm making the decision and I'm moving.
Yep.
And they have
And I'm
something to give all of us.
Yep.
But
And go ahead. Keep going.
no,
Keep going.
so you asked me about the event. It's in Philadelphia, and then the yacht goes over into New Jersey side. Born to Risk.
Exactly. Yep. Born to Risk. And so, no matter if we have any technical situation, whatever, we still want you to see this. So make sure you go on over to Facebook and follow Emilio and Daniela. Also follow Kimberly, follow the Lotus Riché Ignites page, follow the Lotus Riché page, and also tune in on YouTube. Follow us and subscribe because we don't want you to miss a thing, and ring that bell. This Born to Risk, I love the cover because you see the diver in there with the shark.
Yeah.
How did that parallel to your life? And what was your aha moment when you saw the cover?
Okay, I have an unhealthy, unrealistic fear of sharks because I don't live near an ocean. But I have this weird thing with sharks. But it's I don't want to say it's unrealistic because I don't want people to think, I don't want to minimize people's fear, but sometimes those fears are very unrealistic, right? The shark coming at you, the divers are in the water anyway. They're like, wow, I'm here. What am I going to do? So you're here. What are you going to do?
You're here.
You're here. Wherever that here is for you, you're here. What are you going to do about it? You're always going to have a shark in front of you. From the day you leave this earth, you're always going to have a shark in front of you. What are you going to do about it? Are you always going to let that shark win? No. Punch him in the eye or nose. Isn't that what they say? Punch the shark in the nose.
Punch him in the nose.
And take control.
And take control. Because you know what? Without implementing, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
There's a saying that says, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you cannot, you're right.
Yep.
And it's true. If you don't think you can, then it's not going to happen for you.
You won't.
And we want it to happen for you. We really want things to happen in your life that's going to bring about some dynamic things for you. But the only way you can do it is take the risk, because we were born to risk. Life is a risk. Staying stagnant is a risk. Doing something, moving into motion is a risk. So, Kim, I'd like you, if you would, to take a moment, if you would, and share with our audience what was one of the most riskiest things, keeping it PG, that you think you done and you never thought you would, be able to walk away from, whether it was a car accident or a decision that you made in your life, but you took a risk and you risked on yourself to become the amazing woman that you are today.
Well, I'll talk real fast because in the book, I talk about the risk that we took when we decided that we weren't going to go left when the world took a hard stop. And
exactly.
With that decision, we both lost our jobs. We just had a renovated house that was our dream home. We ended up having to put it up on the market because we didn't have a job. We took that risk. The Lord blessed us through it, which we didn't know. We didn't see it coming, but the Lord blessed us through it. And because of it, I can say today, I'm able to go forward because I took that risk. I had that faith, but there's many things in life. I stopped. I was an addict. I took a risk saying, you know what? You're worth more, Kim. You're worth more. And I took a risk on loving myself, which sounds quite weird and odd maybe to some people, but it's a great risk. It's a great risk because I love who I am. I don't get it right all the time. I fail all the time. I fail others all the time. But by the grace of God, I just move forward. I took a risk. I put me first for a moment and came out of all of that. I took a risk. I got married into a family, an instant family. That's a risk.
Yes, it is.
I married into, a man who had 3 of his own children and I had 1 of mine. What a risk. I could write a book on that. But
Yep.
I took a risk and went back to school at 50 years old.
Come on, y'all. Put some tens. Put some tens in that comment. 50 years old. She went back to school. She took a risk. No matter what those young bucks were saying, because they're like, "Who's that? Are you the teacher?" No, I'm not a teacher. I'm the student, right?
So I went back. I went back to school. I opened my own practice called Developing Inner Excellence on Facebook. Go to Developing Inner Excellence. I took a risk. I opened that practice. Now I'm doing what I love, my dream. The Lord has blessed me. I wrote a book called Silence in the Sanctuary. I wrote a chapter in Born to Risk. I mean, life is full of risks. I've jumped out of an airplane almost 200 times. I've taken lots of risks.
That's true. So we're gonna take a quick few seconds. We're gonna take a few seconds break, and then we're gonna come back because we have quite a few comments, and we want to take some of your comments, and we want to answer them. For some of you that may have questions or comments, we want to take a moment to honor you. We'll be right back.
Like sun to the day, we are light and we shine forevermore. The Black History Song. Stream now on your major music platform.
All right, I told you we were going to be quick because we want to, and we see R. Stokes. Thank you, R. Stokes, for saying congratulations, young lady. We've got so many comments in here, and so I'm gonna roll back. And thank you, Cynthia. You said yes. Just make a decision. Make a decision. Felicity, Angie, everybody's make a decision. That's right. That's right. And so I wanted to go up to a comment because I saw Cynthia. Cynthia said, riding in a RTV with my family I was terrified. What if I didn't do it? I wouldn't have enjoyed the experience, and I wouldn't have been able to take family photos at the top of the mountain. At the top of the mountain. And it's so funny. In my book, Harnessing Your Thoughts, Take the Reins, Control Your Life and Win, I talk about going to the top of that mountain and not living vicariously through somebody else. And that's huge. And so, Cynthia, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I'm going to show my book. Thank you. My team member was like, hey, show your book. This book talks about that, and you need to go there and take a read on this, because what Cynthia shared is so powerful, Kim, because so many people, instead of going up the mountain, they stay at the bottom.
Yep.
While everybody's passing them. Everybody's going up, but they're not going up. They're staying stagnant. And I talk about that in chapter 6 of my book, how to maintain your control and make it better. I talk about that as well. So let me ask you this, Kim. Was writing this book, was some of the hurdles in your life like standing at the end or the bottom of the mountain? And what did you do to climb that mountain and stand at the top and win?
So are you talking about the Born to Risk one or my Silence in the Sanctuary?
Just your Born to Risk opportunity, and then I want you to cut over to that.
So what did I do to climb to the top of the mountain? Is that your question?
Yes.
What did I do? Well, when I was writing it and thought, I can't write about that. Oh, that's not interesting. Oh, nobody cares. Like, I think my biggest problem was, what am I going to miss? Like, I need to climb this mountain, because how will I know what's on the other side until I do? Life is just going to keep passing me by. The sun's going to rise, the sun's going to set, but I will never know what is on the other side of that. I will never get to see it. Like Cynthia said, I wouldn't have been able to feel this experience, take those pictures. She would have missed opportunity.
Exactly.
Right? And I think she's right. We don't try and climb that mountain step by step. If we don't try to climb that mountain, we'll never, ever get to see that brilliant sun, the other side.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you said. And Angie said, every opportunity is a chance to learn and grow.
That's right.
That's powerful. That's powerful stuff.
Even the setbacks, even the failures.
Setbacks.
Because they're just setbacks. They're not.
Right. Even what we think are failures.
Right. They're not failures. They're not failures. It may not have happened the way you thought it would, the way you wanted it to, how, when, what, all those questions. It doesn't matter. It's a setback. It's a chance to learn and grow. It's not a failure. It's one of those, oh, I didn't know that. Look what I get to do better next time, or maybe help somebody along the way, somebody help you along the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a failure. There's no such thing. If you're trying, there's no failure.
I love that. And Angie said, her what if is, what if I had communicated with my family sooner? We would be on one accord rather than discord. You ever had that? You ever had that moment where you're coming together with your family, your friends, or whatever you're doing, and everybody say, hey, we should do it this way, or we should do it that way. But you're really not attacking it from a place of where everybody's sharing their thoughts. And then, okay, good. We're going to arrive to a solution together. A lot of people, how many of you out there have had that happen? How about you, Kim? Kim
oh, yeah.
like,
oh, yeah. 2 hands up there. And I'll tell you what, a lot of it's pride. We got to get rid of our pride. Pride has like 1,000 different colors to it, you know, but not seeking help, not moving forward because of our fears. That's all pride. That's all self-thought, self-centeredness, really. Forgive me if that offends, but it is. That fear is a self-centeredness because we can't take our eyes off of ourselves to move and climb that mountain.
Oh, Kim, you talking. Look, you preaching in this house tonight. Kim going, whoo, I almost can't be still. So Kim, Angie said, what if I had published my planner a year ago? What could be the results now?
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you got a book out there that's inside you, you got a program, you got something that you need to be doing, take that risk because you were born to take risks. Make it happen. It's your time. It's your time. But you got to walk in the time that the Most High is giving you.
Here's what I like to say about that with her planner and anybody else watching and listening. Oh my gosh, I just lost that train of thought. It was so good. But
it's gonna come back.
If you leave it, if you don't do it, if it's still there and you have these ideas and you never do it and you never know what's going to happen, you never know what could have come. It's just going to stay, and you're going to always have those like what ifs, right? What if I could have? And you don't know. That planner, if you had done it a year sooner, okay, fine. But you did it. You did it. I'm assuming you did it. That's what I'm getting from this. If I didn't write this book, would I always be going back saying, what if? Okay, I was too fearful to do that. Now I'm going to be, it's just like this snowball effect, right? Get it out. Whatever's inside of you is in there for a purpose. Yep. Bring it out. Step by step. Step by step. Have somebody you trust with you to bounce ideas off of, right? But you already know. You already know. Yeah, this is going to be good. This planner, I know it's a good idea. I know it. Look at it. I'm so excited. Oh, we could do this. We could do that. Well, I don't know. Where did that excitement go? That was self-doubt.
Yep. And congratulations too, because she said the planner is now in production and looks better than I had imagined. Thank you, Jen. Fantastic. Yeah. And she said, go ahead, darling.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say the self-pride now, like in the good pride I'm talking about, like that she can look at that and go, I did that. I did that.
Yep.
And that's something now nobody can take from you.
Nope. Nobody.
I made the decision and I got this planner out in production, and good for you. Good for you. I'm so proud of you. And I don't mean that. And I know you don't know me, but that's something to be proud of. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah, for sure. So if you have missed the beginning of this broadcast, please go ahead and go back to the beginning, because Kim have dropped some wisdom here this evening. She shared her opportunity in our new book. Yes, I'm one of the authors in the book as well, Born to Risk, with our visionary author, Emilio Roman. If you are feeling challenged, if you're feeling fear, if you're feeling whatever it is you're feeling in life. It could even be joy. This Born to Risk book will still help to add more joy, more love, more inspiration, and more power to whatever you're risking every day in any way. It can be a guide to help you get through it.
A stepping stone.
This is a stepping stone. Make sure you go to Kim's chapter, What If? Because if you're stuck in what ifs, chapter 4, she's going to help you rise above the what ifs and move into action. So, Kim, I just want to thank you for being on the show tonight. You came in and you dropped fire. You dropped fire. So I can't wait. As you know, I'll be here, but you guys are going to have a splendid time. And so for those of you that can make it, please go and make sure you go to Kim's page on Facebook. And Kim, how can people connect with you through various platforms and support what you're doing?
Thank you. So there's Facebook, Developing Inner Excellence, or my own personal Facebook, Kimberly Wardell /Crowley, CROLEY, but Developing Inner Excellence, developinginnerexcellence.com is my website. You can email me at kim@developinginnerexcellence. So those are a few ways. I have my podcast being rebranded, so that should be up soon. It's called This Is Your City. I had it going for a while, doing quite well, and then all these things came up, went back to school, so had to put that. That'll be coming back, but yeah, Kimberly Wardell, and Developing Inner Excellence is the name of my website.com, and I look forward to connecting with many of you. Please message me. Let's chat. Let's talk. Let's bounce ideas. Let's encourage one another. I'm a mental wellness coach. I can do my best to help propel you to what's already inside of you and help you bring it out to move forward. You already have it. You don't even need me, but I can help you.
Fantastic. So developinginnerexcellence.com, go there and you'll see it somewhere around our broadcast. Make sure you click on that link, go to her site, connect with her, because she can help you come through some of the things that you're going through to be a better you. So with that shared, I look forward to seeing you on our next episode of 15 Minutes of Success. And I know we were here a little more than 33 minutes, but these were 33 minutes plus spent really well, giving so much to you. Didn't she come in with fire? Yeah, I saw so many 10s in the chats, and we thank you, and we love you right back. So Kim, thank you so much for being on the show, and until we see you guys again, guys and girls, be blessed, don't stress, don't take no mess, and always do your best as you do what? Ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ring that bell so you won't miss a thing. And we'll see you on the next episode of 15 Minutes of Success, where powerful entrepreneurs share what they do so you can be successful too. If you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at Lotus at LotusRicheIgnitesYou.com. And we'll see you on the other side of 15 Minutes of Success. Success is in the eye of the beholder. See it, create it, and be it.